Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
All righty, here today, Joe Heffley, Lower Florida Citibank Building. Go see him. He's been cutting hair for 87 years. He's just getting it figured out. Joe Heffley.
Joe Prax.
And, you know, Joe's retiring from all of his job out there at Tech. Yeah. Not cutting hair, just at Tech. All right, AC Thrash Clothier Company. It's Howard and Howard Thrash and Jeremy Hamilton. And they're at 2010 Broadway Avenue and also in the Kingsgate Center, 82nd and Quaker. You might not have known that, Coach, because you've been out of town. Beautiful stores, and they are the ultimate men's clothing store. I will tell you that. Go by and check it out. You'll be glad that you did at AC Thrash Clothier Company and Mighty Wash all over Lubbock and the Permian Basin and eastern New Mexico. They are everywhere. Lubbock owned and operated right here from Lubbock, Texas. Mighty Wash. Go. They ought to be your car wash. Get you an auto bath. That's what they call it, an auto bath. All right. I do want to tell y'all, I'll do some of these later, but West Texas State Bank, this is
Larry remember Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Carmichael's over there. He's a loan officer, former Texas Tech quarterback, Chris Comer. And it's an amazing bank. When you walk in there, you know, remember in the old days, Coach, when you walked into these banks, you just felt like, oh, this is home. These are my people. That's how you feel when you walk in West Texas State Bank. It's just that kind of atmosphere. And, you know, like most banks, they're not like this. If you can prove you don't need any money, the bank will loan it to you. But they're not that way. They're looking to help you figure out a way to make it work, huh?
They'd help me then.
They could help you. That's what I'm telling you. You need to go by and see them over there at West Texas State Bank. 30th and Slide Road is where you'll find them. All right, Coach Larry Hayes is here. Here, you need to hold this mic. Hold it pretty close. Let me get this information. You probably know all this. I told Larry just a minute ago, I said, you still look the same. He goes, I've looked this bad that long?
It looks the same.
You do look the same. You still look young. You do.
No, it's pretty amazing.
You need more than readers.
Yeah. You look great, Coach. I'm telling you, you have to know it.
You have to know it.
Because you do. You get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and you say, oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble.
I wish Nell noticed that.
She didn't notice it.
No.
Oh, we could spend a whole segment on Nell, but
Nell is a piece of work. She's wonderful.
She's a doozy.
How'd you get so lucky?
Is she a Dora girl?
Yeah. You know, at Dora, she didn't have much of a selection. So she ended up with me.
Were y'all in the same class at Dora?
No, I was way ahead of her 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, how many in y'all's class?
19 in mine. I don't know if hers is that big or not.
All right, so really what you're saying was the truth. There's not a lot of selection.
And out of that, you wouldn't believe it. MIT people, our best pitcher, Freddie Lott, was the youngest scientist involved in the moonshot.
Oh, good grief.
And, his specialty was, he said back then they could land it within 20 feet. Now they can land it on a dime.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Amazing. And he's from Dora?
Yeah, I used to look on his paper.
Is he still alive?
No.
Oh.
I'd like to know how much money it costs to get it, because to me, 20 feet's close enough.
Yeah.
I don't have to
on the
land
moon.
on a dime.
God, he's so good in math.
Well, you'd have to be.
So
I'm assuming you weren't the valedictorian.
No.
Okay.
But I graduated the top 20.
That's good.
There you go.
That's all you got to say. Yeah. That's top 20 in my class.
Don't tell them where you're from.
All right, I'm assuming Nell was a cheerleader?
Yes, all-state cheerleader.
Oh, yeah, they made all-state?
Uh-huh. And she was a cheerleader instructor when all this cheerleading stuff started. She traveled around with a lady from Albuquerque that started the big cheerleading camps and all that.
Well, that's
there's a little bit of money in that, folks.
Yeah, she did well.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Nell didn't, but she did.
I didn't know Nell did that.
Yeah, she was an athlete.
Yeah.
Well, you can bring Nell next time you come.
Where is she right now? Sitting in the river?
She's at McDonald's with her buddies.
Okay.
Drinking coffee.
They got a group together.
Yeah.
Now, and y'all got lots of buddies back here in Lubbock, but you've been near Denver for how many years now?
8. This will be the 9th year.
But Lubbock has drawn you back?
Well, we're trying to live both places.
Yeah.
We're here in the summer. We do it backwards. Most people go to the mountains in the summer and stay here in the winter. We're doing the opposite.
Well, speaking of that, you're coaching up there at Colorado Christian. I think most everybody knows that. But weather has got to be a thing.
Surprisingly, it's better than Lubbock most of the time. But if you ever have a snow, you got to move some
What
snow.
town is Colorado Christian in?
Lakewood.
Lakewood.
6 miles from downtown, about 15 minutes from when I had Dodger, we chased elk.
Yeah.
Let's
Dodger's gone now.
Yeah, 17 years.
He got hooked on marijuana, didn't he?
No, that was Gus.
Oh, that was Gus.
All right, tell us the Gus story, because David had a different version.
Well, I tell it different.
That's probably why. Give us a version of
well, Gus, there was a Frisbee course out there, and he'd go out there and look around. Well, he got a hold of some, and then I was going on a
some
trip.
What?
I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But anyway, they had to pump him out. It was about $1,500 deal. So I
Did
read.
he seem high? Did he?
Probably just like that. And so I read up on it, and then we're down by the river one time, and I looked over, and he just sitting there in the river like that. Had to pick up the little fat dog, took him home, laid him over in the corner, and about a day later he started coming around.
Got him some coffee and shower.
Yeah, but I learned that, so I saved a lot of money on that.
$1,500, didn't you?
But he's never done it since. I don't know.
Okay, he learned a lesson.
Yeah,
That's good. You just say no.
Hey, just say no to him drugs now.
Had to train him.
especially when you're in a river.
And Dodger never did that.
No,
He didn't do
Dodger's-
marijuana.
He's smart.
Well, I hate you lost him. How long did you have Dodger?
17 years.
Oh my gosh, Coach.
Yeah.
That's family.
You know, he went everywhere with me, and when we were in Lubbock, he'd go every ballpark, no leash, no anything. Everybody knew who he was. We're playing in the pro park in Midland. I'm down there, and I'm letting him run around, and this guy came out and said, "Put a leash on that dog," and all the Lubbock people said, "That's not a dog, that's Dodger."
That's Dodger, for goodness sake.
What's wrong with you?
All right. You had another remarkable year this year. I mean, even you have to think this was pretty remarkable.
I couldn't believe it.
Okay.
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
I only had 2 seniors.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so
Yeah.
next year it should be more remarkable. Unless
No, those 2 seniors were unbelievable.
Oh, they were really good.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You only had 2 seniors. Will somebody come buy them away from you? Some of the good players?
If they're seniors, go ahead.
No, not them, but the rest of the team.
Or you got some that people come after.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. You know, Division II, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
involved in
West
that.
Texas last year had a pitcher that beat y'all, didn't she?
Well, yeah,
And then
she beat everybody, and she pitched
Who
against
bought her?
Tech. She had Tech no hit
Yeah.
for how many innings?
She went to Ole Miss, didn't
Yeah.
she? The Ole Miss pitcher was the one that we're talking about.
Yeah, from WT.
I think they paid her $450, so they didn't pay as well as
yeah.
we do.
You got to pay more if you want to win.
I think so.
Yeah. We
I don't know how it works. I'm glad I don't have to deal with it.
Well, I can guarantee you're
Coach
going to.
Tadlock doesn't like it either.
Had to deal with her.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun, and a couple other teams in the league
All right, do y'all buy any players?
give
Y'all-
them scholarship.
Well, no, I mean,
Y'all don't pay 'em
y'all about
NIL.
No, I had a guy from Oklahoma. He said if my daughter went to OU, they'd give her $50,000. That's before it really got big. I said, "Hey, you can come here and pay us $50,000."
Yeah.
He didn't think that's funny.
We'll take 50.
What, did she go to OU?
No, she's wasn't that level.
So you
And-
think he might have been fibbing?
Well, he had things in mind that
Yeah.
you as a coach would understand, Gary.
But me as a coach would not want to be dealing with this NIL.
I don't have to. I'm
You almost-
thankful.
Yeah, but Tim does, and Tim dodged a bullet this year. I mean, he's going to be back next year, but he dodged a bullet because ever since this has come about, we've not been the same. And that's, to me, I don't think he just forgot how to coach. I think they're getting better players because they got more money.
Well, he told us that one kid, he goes, I can't remember his name now because I've said it a couple of times. He said, we could have kept him, but it would have cost us $50,000, and we didn't have it. And he left, and he was a great player for Tech. And what do? We got to he's got to have some.
Lay some knowledge on us, Larry.
We got to have some help.
I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. I know one thing: 50,000 is not going to get you very far.
No. Well, this wasn't a pitcher. This was a catcher or everyday player.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's happening to everyone. It's
I know
just
it.
musical chairs. It started off. A&M would buy one, and then Texas would buy that one from A&M, and those kids are really making money.
Yeah. Without
Did you ever think you'd see this day?
No.
I didn't. It's just amazing it's happened.
No.
Well, I've got no problem with kids making a certain, like $25,000. Because if they had a job, they could probably go make $25,000. And in the old days, we never. Did you ever have a kid on a full scholarship?
Yeah, they're at the end.
There at the end, you had one or two pitchers.
Yeah, I mean that's figured out. You better go get them because everybody was against us getting pitchers here in Lubbock, the scouts and everyone. Yeah. And so your ERA is going to be higher and all that. Well, but since we have this ballpark, it's cut down a lot of that, and we've had some pitchers prove it wrong.
Yeah.
What do you think about 34 scholarships now for baseball? That's going to help a bunch.
Well, yeah, I can't believe it. Is that what they got now?
Yeah, there are 34 scholarships.
Fulls.
Wow.
Full scholarships.
Wow.
That's what y'all used to split up 11, something like that.
Well, when I first came, what did we have, 6, maybe?
6. God. And you give people a quarter of scholarship, something like that.
Our books.
Excuse the term, used car sales. Attitude, dividing it up. I had a guy. I gave him $3,000, and his dad come up and said, "Coach, he's always wanted to play at Texas Tech. We're Red Raiders. We really appreciate the $3,000, but you know how much I've spent the last 4 summers to get him a scholarship." He said, "I could have educated him 4 times."
Well, you remember Johnny Grimes.
Sure.
Johnny's an All-American catcher here, and his last year, I just called his dad and said, "Hey, obviously Johnny's earned whatever it is y'all want. What do y'all want?" He says, "Gary, that boy doesn't need any money." He says, "You take that money and go find a pitcher."
Yeah.
And he didn't even take a scholarship.
Well, I had 2 this year. They took less to help us out.
Yeah.
On the deal. So there's good people out there.
All right, Colorado Christian. Well, and some people are good people, but they just don't have the finances to do certain things. But Colorado Christian, I'm assuming that's a high dollar education.
Right at $60,000.
Okay. So by the time you get out, $250,000-ish. Yeah.
All right. This year,
Tough deal.
how many did y'all win in a row this year? A bunch.
47.
47 games.
I mean, I couldn't believe it.
That's
we're going along
phenomenal.
there, and about 5 or 6 of them, I'd already given up.
Yeah.
Hey, there's only like 2 teams that if you hadn't played those 2 teams, you'd have been like 66-2.
Well, we went to California and played 12 games. Yeah. We dropped 2 games there. Then we won all the way through until the last week. Had a little injury, and we dropped.
Sound like a pitcher.
Yeah, we split a 4-game series at the end. That was our 2 losses going into the conference tournament and regionals and all that.
Yeah.
And apparently Oklahoma Christian's pretty good.
Yeah, they and WT are 1-1 right now, and they're in the 3rd inning last night, and it weathered out. So they're meeting at 10 this morning, and the winner will go to the World Series.
Are they as Christian as y'all are? They're probably not, are they?
I hope they're better than me.
No. They are.
Surely they are.
No. None of us are any good. Didn't you hear Paul? He said none of us are any good.
That's right, especially me.
Especially Larry Hayes. You're in the Bible.
I am.
Hey, do you ever hear Does anybody else call you Sugar Bush?
You, Shankle are the main two.
Well, Gary calls you that every time he says your
I
name.
know it. And
Every
so
time.
does Shankle. Sugar Bush.
Yeah.
And I'll tell people when you hear Sugar Bush where he got that. Do you remember where you got it?
Bob Serve.
Bob Serve, who was
Yankee.
Mickey Mantle's roommate and a rounder. I mean, he was a rounder.
Krusty.
Crusty.
Crusty
He's
old
mentioned
crotch.
in the Bible.
But we're beating it. He's coaching Liberal and Larry's coaching the Hubbers, and that's two really good teams with a bunch of really good ball players. And Serve, I think he went out to the mound or something. So Serve yells out, "Hurry up, Sugar Bush!" And because Larry's such a nice guy and Serve is such a not nice guy, that he was making fun of Larry for being such a good human.
Well, the umpires went along with me. And he said, if you hadn't listened to old Sugar Bush over there, that's how I got started.
If you hadn't listened to old Sugar
He
Bush.
was watching me. He was watching me work them, and I was trying to get the thing over. You know, we had a lightning and
Oh, is that when the umpires call the game and they're going, and it's a little ways from Liberal, it's a little ways to the locker room. It's like 100 yards
Yeah.
over to the locker room, and it's raining, and the fans got mad, and their players start throwing baseballs at the umpires who are running because we're going to win the game because they're calling the game. That's correct, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why I worked on calling it because I was running out of pitching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Old Sugar Bush.
I remember them throwing baseballs at the umpires as they're running to the locker room. Anyway,
You got to do what you got to do.
do what you got to do.
You really have never had trouble with umpires. They ought to really. Umpires should like you.
I think I've been thrown out of 4 games.
I was at.
Out of how many?
Oh, good God.
Thousands.
Yeah.
A couple thousand or something.
Oh my gosh.
I
got
one
thrown
of
out in
them.
one little league year more than that.
I've seen Gary get thrown out.
Yeah. Well, who hadn't?
Only because you were at the park that day. Now, I saw Larry get thrown out in Nebraska.
Oh.
At Nebraska. And I don't think it was your fault, but you were thrown out nonetheless.
Hey, we're going to have a special treat for you.
Oh.
We should have already done it, but we're going to have a special treat for you. We're going to get Wes Kittley on the phone. I know an old buddy of yours.
One of the best.
He's if not the. And I told him we'd call him at 10, but you can see we got all excited about you being here. But we'll call him. You got Coach Kittley's number.
All right. When we come back,
We'll
we're
do
about
that.
going to a break.
He just wins like you did. He just wins.
No, he wins national
Oh
championships.
yeah, national championships. That's right.
Those are hard to come by.
They are. Coach Larry Hayes is here though. One of the all-time greatest. Baseball, softball, whatever you want to do.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Already, Bednar's and Associates, Daryl and Bunny Bednar's, any kind of insurance, homeowners, car insurance, life, whatever you need. And you farmers and ranchers, they can help you. And because Daryl Bednar's is the pro for you ag producers, farmers and ranchers. Now, he doesn't sell crop insurance. He doesn't sell hail insurance but for your crops. But he can do everything else protecting your equipment. They're out on 125th and Quaker Avenue. Go see him. Plains Capital Bank, ride with the good guys. And I just began to think, and everybody that's grown up in Lubbock has been affected by Plains Capital Bank in the way that they've given and supported our youth sports, Texas Tech, LCU, everywhere. They've been a huge part, and they want to be your bank. And there's locations all over Lubbock. Stop in and see them.
Lubbock Sports Station with Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby on Double T 97.3.
Coach Larry Hayes is here. Former LCU coach. I had it right here. All the places you'd been at. He used to coach basketball at Lubbock Christian College. Back when,
Chased out of a lot of situations.
I know it, but he coached in the old airplane hangar when you coached at Lubbock Christian.
That thing's a nice place.
I know
now.
it. They've renovated.
I used to hate that.
Don't you remember we had all those camps out there and everything? It was awesome.
Yeah, made me old.
Yeah. So horrible what's happened to you. He's anyway. He coached there. How many years? 20 years. out at LCU?
2020.
Yeah, and then 22 at Tech?
I think so.
Now, how many at Colorado Christian?
Since 19?
8.
8? So you got 14 more?
We were going to go there for 2 years.
Did you know you were going to go up there and coach? I mean, is that why you went?
Yeah.
You know that son I got?
Yeah.
That's at Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
He was there.
Okay.
I'd go up and throw batting practice
You're talking about
for
Shannon.
him. Shannon. I'd go up there and throw batting practice for him because I was watching my grandkids play.
Yeah.
And I kept throwing batting practice. Well, then he leaves, and the AD called and said, Larry, these girls said they'll stay if you'll hire that old man. And I said, well, I'm through with coaching, all that. And they said, well, you got 2 sons, grandsons, and if they come, they can come free if you'll come up here. And Nell's driving the motor home. We were in on the senior citizen stuff. And she was driving that motor home, and I had it on the deal where she could hear the conversation. I thought, well, we've lived in Lubbock 56 years. There's no way Nell would do that. And I said, honey, what do you think? And she said, sounds like fun. Let's do it.
Sounds like fun.
Oh. All right, we got Coach Kittley. You want to say?
Speaking of fun.
Yeah, this guy, winning's fun. And that's all he knows how to do, Coach.
I remember when he showed up.
You do?
And he'd come down to the office and he'd talk about how tough things were, getting it going and getting support and all that.
You think he's made it?
I think he did. I think he turned that thing around some way. And I always loved, the only time I really know I'd get to see him is at church.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the time he's off recruiting and doing his thing. And so he's been a great friend and somebody I'm really proud that I know.
Yeah. Coach Kittley?
Like you two guys.
Welcome to the show, buddy. And congratulations on the Big 12 Outdoor Championships and the sweep of the indoor-outdoor season.
Well, thank you, guys. I think I recognize that voice.
You do.
That third voice in the studio.
Yeah.
How many times has Gary called him Sugar Bush yet? What I want to know.
He's already done it several times.
Oh, I figured. I've never heard him call him anything else.
Yeah. What do you call him?
I call him poor old Larry Hayes.
Poor old Larry. That's another one. Poor old Larry.
That's the one that I always went by.
Poor old
people
Larry.
Could relate to that and see that it's obvious.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of Captain Obvious, isn't it?
Are you still having fun, Wes?
I'm still having fun, Coach. Man, it's good to hear from you and hear your voice, I tell you. Miss you not being in Lubbock.
Well, I'm here now, but not here all the time.
He and Nell come back to Lubbock. This is where they winter. This is where they winter.
Well, the last time I talked with Coach, he said he's going to go maybe a couple of more, and that was last year. So, and then I thought he might come back home.
The last 5 years, everybody's counting on me quitting.
Yeah.
And I'd say one more, and I'm not going to say anything now. I'm just going to come up and quit.
You're just going to keep one more.
Yeah.
Where's Coach
I
Hayes?
get the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even near there, old as you. And hey, everyone says you quitting. So I don't know what it is about. Everybody thinks you ought to quit.
Yeah, you really don't know how to take that, do you?
I don't. That's exactly right.
I finally figured it out. I've been chased out at Lubbock Christian, got chased out at Tech. Now I'm getting chased out of Colorado
You didn't
Christian.
get chased out of anywhere. That's not true.
I kept up with you. I know you had a great year. That's awesome.
Well, it's fun to have one like that every once in a while. We've had a good run.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I said, I wasn't expecting this one.
Now, Coach Kittley, let me ask you this. I read this, and I go, is this right? It just said that you've won. I know you just got the Big 12 Coach of the Year. It said it's the 8th consecutive Coach of the Year title for you. That's tremendous.
Well, what's most important about that, I had one of my girls come up to me yesterday and say, congratulations on Big 12 Coach of the Year. And I said, I have nothing to do with it. We have won 8 Big 12 championships in a row, and it's kind of a given that the winning coach gets it. So the kids are the ones that got me that award. I'm more proud of the 8 years in a row that we've been able to do it. And, it's hard. Everyone thinks this thing's easy, but it's very hard. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story. My team in 99, and, of course, it was tough. Man, them first few years were just awful. Trying to get this thing on the ground, but we won our first Big 12 championship in 2005. I was here my 5th year, and Larry had called me and congratulated me. We were in Kansas State, and we bust up there and bust back, and he said, I want to have you here. So as soon as we got back, we pulled up right in front of the baseball stadium, and he took us out there, marched the whole team out there, lined us up, and congratulated us with the crowd. And that was the first memory I had. And I'll never forget what you told me, Coach. You said, enjoy this. These are hard to get.
Boy, was I ever wrong.
Yeah. For you, Coach, it doesn't seem hard, but I know it is. It's a lot of work.
What people think, but Coach knows it. And
yeah.
Y'all both know it, too. Gary's been there.
You got to work it.
Well, I've been here a long time. I'm kind of 27 years, and, it was our 20th.
You've been here 27 years?
Yeah. 27 years.
Goodness gracious.
It seemed like yesterday.
Yeah.
It really does, Coach. I mean, I still
but
think
the biggest thing I'm so thankful of, and I know you guys are at least spiritual, I'm in my press conference with Gerald, and he's sitting there, and Coach was there, and as soon as I got done, he said, hey, you're going to church with me. And that's what started our relationship right there.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
I will say this about you two saying how tough it was to get started. Corky and I had set those things up for y'all. Corky had it all set up for you to come in, and I had it all set up for Larry to come in and just hit the ground running.
No matter what you did, it was going to look great.
Well, I am thankful for old Corky, I'll tell you.
Us too.
You betcha.
He went and told Gerald, hey, your track coach is at Abilene, and then Jim Sal had a big dinner at Abilene Christian to honor one of the president at Abilene at the time, and he had given some money for this tennis center, and I just got assigned him to sit by him and to thank him and to just visit with him at the dinner. And then he says, hey, you need to be our track coach. That was in 1998. Well, in 1999, I got offered the job.
Isn't that something?
Well, Sal's something else. He's a
doer.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one of our friends, Scott Kelm, who called in a trivia. He texted a trivia question for you, and he asked you, "Do you know that Michael Landon? You know who Michael Landon is?
Oh yes,
from
Little Joe.
From Little Joe,
yep.
From the Bonanza. Did you know he was a track athlete?
Absolutely. He was a really good javelin thrower too.
You did know it. I didn't know it. He had a record-breaking throw in 1954.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Attending
Very
Collegewood High School in New Jersey. 193 feet, 4 inches.
Yeah.
Well, Little Joe reminds me a lot of Sugar Bush that at their advanced ages, they just stayed the same. They just looked good.
Yeah, just looking good.
You know, he was in a movie, and I don't know if there's any truth to it or not. The reason why this character in the movie was good in track is he wet the bed, and his mom would go out and hang the sheets up on the deal, and so he ran home to take those sheets down before the bus went
before they saw it.
Yeah, that wasn't a true story,
read
was
the same thing. Yeah, and he was left-handed too.
Yeah, he's left-handed.
Are we talking about Michael Landon?
Michael Landon, yeah.
Coach, how'd you know all that? That's amazing.
I don't know. I'm like Larry. I just read it somewhere.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't have any idea that he did that. But anyway, Coach, now then I don't understand where you go next, because you've won the Big 12, and now you go to the regional. Is that where we're headed next?
That is correct. We call all this the championship season. We finished the Big 12 and fortunate to get out of there pretty healthy. And now we go to, I call it regional, and they get mad at me for saying it, but it's the first round of the NCAA, but it's the old system of regional, and I just keep calling it that. I'm old, so I just keep calling it that. But we've got to go there. I've got 29 guys and 25 girls that qualified, and we've got to go. There's 48 people in the West and 48 people in the East in each event, and we're in the West. We got to go. Those 48, you got to come out of it as a top 12. And then you would go to Eugene in 2 weeks after that.
So how do you – I know you've already looked at it. We've got a good chance to get to Eugene with a bunch of people. Is that what you're thinking?
Absolutely. No, we better, or I'm going to be disappointed. But, yeah, I mean, it's really tough. University of Arkansas is where we go. They're the reigning national champions, and so – but it's just everybody. We have the USC all the way, the west side of the country all the way, and we just got to do what we do and be ready to go. And I think we're healthy enough to get a lot of people out and have a little bit of luck. So I'm ready to go.
Can I say something about him?
Yeah.
You know, he started all that when you had Texas and A&M, all those powerhouses in the league.
In our conference, yeah.
Why did they allow him to do that? Well, they didn't. I remember when they tried to hire him. I don't think people know that, you know. And when
they tried to hire Coach Kittley away from us.
Yeah. He come in my office a couple of times with different offers. And I thought, well, he'll take that. But he didn't. He saw the potential here.
Yeah.
And with some good guys like Jim Sow and others that helped him.
Bob Matney.
Yeah. Well, see, I've been gone a while. I don't know all of them, but
yeah. I was sitting there at Abilene Christian, and I loved Abilene, and we'd had a good run, but I always saw Texas Tech as just a gold mine. I just always did. I couldn't figure out how I could beat them when I was at Abilene when they had that bubble. I thought the bubble was, Taj Mahal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
And, when you don't have anything, and you're from Rule, well, then anything
bigger
is better.
Than Dora.
Rule's bigger than Dora.
I didn't have any budget at Abilene, and we were able to do it. So I thought, well, hey, we can do it here.
Yeah,
and
you were
I was
right.
dumb and young and didn't know any different, but I just saw the potential, and I wanted to be here. I'm a West Texas guy. I didn't want to go anywhere else. This is where I wanted to be, and I wanted to build something here.
That's kind of what we got going on here with you and Joey McGuire and Grant McCaslin, I think. We got a bunch of guys, Coach Hayes, that want to be here. They want to be at Texas Tech. And you were that way. You wanted to be at Texas Tech. And it's because we got wonderful things going. I mean, our brand is good.
Good place. Good place.
I'm looking at the top finishers, the ones that won. Timmy Tope Adeshina. She has never lost, has she?
She's never lost. Can you believe it? She's won 5 Big 12 championships in a row, and then, of course, she's national champion twice already. And look forward to her. She's a junior, so we still got
Oh, I did not know that.
My gosh.
And she had 3 jumps at the all-time NCAA record. Now, she didn't clear it, but she had 3 jumps at it.
Yeah, after we won the competition, we just gave her a chance to get the record, and she got very close, but she's going to get it. She's got a chance this weekend, and then one more, hopefully, at the NCAA. And just a great kid. Really proud of her.
Now, we've talked a little NIL today. I want to talk about Timmy Tope. Will somebody try and come hire her away, or do you know she's going to be back here next year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is free agency, man, and it's bleeding down to the track and field world. Arkansas, Oregon, Texas A&M, Georgia, the powers, the money powers. They have NIL. They have rev share. Some schools have rev share. It's real inconsistent of who has what. It's an unlevel playing field now for the very first time. People ask me this all the time. How'd you win 2 national championships? And I said, well, I got 12 scholarships, and Texas got 12 scholarships, and A&M's got 12 scholarships. Yeah. And I always felt proud about that. Now, the women are 45 at these schools, and the men are 35. And I had 12 and 18 this year. And so, that now Tech is going to give me more for next year like they did with Tadlock and the other coaches. But, you have to. You have to have the scholarships if everybody – but I feel terrible for schools because if you don't have the money or you're putting it more in another area, well then, some people have 45 scholarships, some people have 12. And that's what's really tough about it now.
Well, that's what I brought up Timmy Tope because she's points. She's points, and you're going to get points. And if Arkansas and them want her.
Yeah, I will fight for all my good kids to stay, yes, because somebody will come after them. And they won't call the kid. They will call an NIL agent will call my kid. It's just a way around the rule.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dirty stuff. I don't love it. But, I got to adapt to it and do the best I can.
Well, you can do it.
We need to mention Malachi Snow, 110-meter hurdles. He set the Big really 12 good. Record, 13.08, Big 12 record.
And he ran the shortest 100 meters of the whole deal. He went, I'd say, 4 to 5 yards. And we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Where the guy scratched next to him and they didn't call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Baylor kid jumped, and then, of course, Malachi stopped, and they just kept running and let him run. And they admitted they made a mistake, but it didn't help him any.
No.
Coach, we know you're working out, but we wanted you to get on here with us and with Coach Hayes.
Yeah, we want to tell you how proud we are.
We are very proud of you.
Well, I'm so thankful, man, to be here as long as I have and to be able to stay at Texas Tech and for people to love me here and want me. I couldn't tell you. Raised my boys here, and it's just been a great blessing.
Yep.
And thank you for getting Zach on with us a couple of weeks ago. That was fun, too.
And
I appreciate
good luck
y'all.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Good to hear from you.
You bet. See
Good
you.
luck. We'll be pulling for you. Coach Wes Kittley.
Coach
Legendary.
of the Year, Wes Kittley.
Yeah, the 8th consecutive time. That will blow you away, won't it?
Yeah.
That's something. We'll be right back.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
All righty. Tom Street plays 34th and Slide Road. Coach, they've been there as long as you've been alive almost. 70-plus years they've been over at the 34th and Slide. Scarborough family.
Compared to me, they were new.
Yeah. It's a new company.
Yeah.
They are the best, I'm telling you. They got all the trees and the knowledge, the know-how, the materials you need for your yard, your garden. They got seed. If you're looking for seed for your garden, they've got that. It's just first class, and they'll help you when you get in there. Stop in to see them at Tom Street Place, 34th, and Slide. And here's another good place to go, Golf USA. Stacy Nix, Mike Moya, they just run first-class golf store. And I'm telling you, got a repair shop. Got all the big names you're looking for. Got a fitting area, a hitting area, a putting area, and all the accessories that you need to, clothing and everything else to go with golf at Golf USA, 67th in Indiana.
We now return to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby on Double T 97.3.
All righty. McGavick Nissan and Infinity of Lubbock. Brent McGavick, his dad Steve McGavick. And, boy, they just are booming. And it's such a great dealership here in Lubbock. The Nissan is on Milwaukee and 66. And the Infinity, which Gary's driving, is right there on Spur 327 around the corner. But they have dealerships. They bought a dealership up in Pampa, which gave them access to GMC and Toyota. So that whatever you need, they can help you over. And they always got great deals going on at McGavick Nissan and Infinity of Lubbock. So stop in and see them. You'll love the people and how they treat you and how it all works out.
All right, I got a question for you, too.
All right.
Is doable one word?
Yes. D-O-A-B-L-E.
This doesn't look right.
Isn't that what you think? Well, you're from Dora. You don't know.
That's right. I don't mess with things like that.
All right.
It's doable.
All right.
All right. And
You're on the break. Okay, you got another one?
What, Connecticut? We need to talk about Connecticut and Keith Peel.
I tell you what, we've had them for close to a year now. It's changed our home. Our water's better. Our water's softer. We feel better when we get out of the shower. The dishes are cleaner. You owe it to yourself. We say this all the time. Lubbock's a wonderful place to live, but if there's one negative to Lubbock, besides every now and then we get some dust, is we got hard water. And you can do something about it, so why not do something about it? All right?
Call Connecticut.
Do that for your family.
And down in Midland, Odessa, they do it down there too in the Permian Basin.
Yeah, they
Same
got hard
company, Connecticut of West Texas. All right, Coach Larry Hayes is here. And
we're talking during the break about Larry, and he's a very religious Christian man, and I want him to look y'all in the eyes and tell y'all that he didn't used to throw at me in fast-pitch softball. Larry, did you used to throw at me?
I can't see their eyes.
All right. Well, you can see mine.
I can see yours. I'm used to
Look at
I
me.
just threw it close.
You're looking off.
If I'm going to make a mistake,
you're crowding the plate.
I'm going to hit you rather than let you kill me again.
I'm going to make a mistake.
You got to do something with good hitters.
Yeah.
You just got to hit them. That's what you
See,
got
I
to
paid
do.
him a compliment.
I know it.
And he changes it.
I know it. That's exactly right. Well, you keep up. You keep up with everything. I know you keep up with Tech baseball because you care about it, and you care about Coach Tadlock.
Well, yeah, my old shortstop.
Yeah, and he's the greatest. And And I know he didn't. He's like you. He doesn't. This NIL deal, this transfer in schools and all that stuff, draft portal. He's not for that.
Do you know his new pitching coach?
No, we met him.
Foster. You need to meet him.
He's a Colorado Rocky guy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you meet him? Know him from up there?
I tried to recruit him out of, I forget which high school, and Tony Robello, famous for signing Johnny Bench, said, if you go to UTA, I'll get you signed. And I thought I was going to get him. So he goes, and then he ran on into Shannon when he was up there, and, he's about as good a person as you'll ever run into.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay. What's his first name?
Steve, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Steve Foster.
Well, it's a basic name.
Yeah. We need to meet him, because I've heard he's great.
He is.
And, of course, Tim Tadlock's great. Good man.
That's a good.
You remember when everybody was thinking, this Tim Tadlock, Kirby gave him an unlimited contract, a lifetime contract. And now they rescinded that, and now people are wondering if he's going to get fired this year.
No, they just said he wasn't.
No, I know he's not,
Yeah.
but people have been asking for it. I saw the article on
yesterday or something.
Really? Yeah, he's going to be back. Kirby said he's going to be back. And he should be.
Yeah.
Good for Kirby.
How many times have you been to the World Series?
That's what I'm saying.
How many times did I go to the World Series? How many times did you go to the World Series?
Well, I can't remember. It's been so long ago, but
seemed like a lot.
But Larry, I'm going to defend you a little bit because it's a different world since Tim's been here, and then when you were here, the way it goes. Regionals 4 teams, not 6, and then you
8.
get. Oh, it's 8.
Yeah.
So it's 4 teams and not 8.
Yeah.
So you had to win a 8-team regional.
Yeah, it's a different deal.
It's a different deal.
We could.
It's still fascinating. But
we could play with anyone a 3-game series, but when you had that 4th, 5th game, that's
why the UTs and the Arizonas and
all
people,
the extra
they
people.
wanted it the way it was because they had 8 pitchers where we might have you 3 and me maybe 1 or none.
We bring in 10 and hoped 2 or 3 of them could pitch.
Yeah,
that's level.
But in the old days, those 8 regions of 8 teams sent 1 team to the World Series. Now you got 4. If you win that, you might even get to host.
Yeah.
1 team coming here, host 1 team coming in here. So it's a different deal.
Yeah.
I don't know how many you would have gone to, but you would have gone to some.
We went to 11 regionals, something like that. Got the final game twice against Stanford.
Both times?
No.
USC. Stanford,
Probably.
USC.
USC was the other one.
I've tried to forget all that.
Yeah. Now, what are we going to do? This will be good. You'll be good to answer this
brother,
question.
Here we go.
No, it's a good question because Gary wants to know the answer to this too, and he don't know it.
Give me a chance.
How are we going to speed up baseball, college baseball?
I got to answer.
It is relentlessly long.
That's why I'm in softball. No, I'm not. There's a lot of reasons, but softball.
We love
get
it.
2 good pitchers out there, hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
you're done.
Well, 2 hours is going to be your maximum, and we love it. I'm telling you, softball is really popular. I would have never dreamed it would be like it is, but it is big time.
Well, I can remember when we had professional softball.
Yeah,
it was a big deal.
Yeah,
the women took it over, and we went to slow pitch.
Yeah,
it's a long ways.
Larry, for those that don't know this, obviously he's a great baseball coach, and obviously he's become a great softball coach too. But he was a great softball pitcher, and he pitched for the Montreal Fighting War Eagles back in what were y'all? The Montreal
Royals, I think.
Royals.
I don't remember.
Royals.
In professional,
sissy name is that.
He was a right-handed professional pitcher in softball.
And I went in the best pitcher we had in Lubbock.
Yeah, we've had some good ones here in Lubbock.
You had Rosenau for number 1.
Yeah,
Utley and others, but
well, they named a field over at Coronado for Darryl.
That's a good name.
Doc, we called him Doc.
What makes you a good pitcher in softball? I think
for me, not much.
Movement,
but
movement and change of speed.
Late movement and change of speed. When I was starting off, I'd try to throw it by everybody. All I had was a rise ball, and I'm in the national tournament in '69, and Al Idles come up and he says, "Hey, you're perfect to throw a drop ball. Forget that rise ball. It just gets you beat in the 6th or 7th inning."
Yeah.
And so I started doing that. And then when I played pro, the mound was moved back another 2 feet, and so I had to pitch.
Yeah.
You couldn't throw it by anybody.
Oh, wow.
And so that really helped me for a while.
That's
and then
good.
when I got old, it didn't make any difference.
So you don't have an answer, though, how to speed up baseball?
No.
Because it's really gotten slow.
No. You know what? Be honest, I don't watch anything.
You don't?
No.
Well, the world's gotten faster.
Yeah.
And even if baseball stayed the same, you're backing up if you're staying the same. And I think it's just getting slower and slower. I haven't seen any stats on it, but it sure does
Seems
Well,
seem
the
like
big
it.
leagues have speeded theirs up.
Yeah.
They've done a wonderful job.
Why can't we
And
do that in
watching that.
college?
Yeah.
Why can't we do that?
attendance is up and viewership is up because baseball has got their game
Moving.
pro baseball. And college, I don't think they're going to do away with college baseball, but it's going to. We'll just go out to the ballparks. We'll just watch them on TV, and you'll go. We'll just turn on the Big 12 tournament today. Kansas is playing
West Virginia.
Whoever won last night. West Virginia. Kansas, West Virginia. And if there's 300 people there, I'll be amazed. And
When I said I don't watch sports, I meant college sports.
Yeah.
Now I watch basketball. Some.
You do.
college, do you watch NBA?
No.
Okay. I've watched this
I got
last
issues.
week. I've watched more than I have the
You got
rest of
what?
the year.
I got issues, so don't be.
Yeah.
pulling
Well,
them
he's
out.
sitting out in the river up here in Colorado.
Yeah, looking
Getting
for that
dogs out
stuff.
of the river.
Hey, Neil, bring me some more of them brownies. Those sure are good. Oh.
Okay, Larry, you used to pitched at a high level. Could you have thrown a double header if the team needed you to?
When I was 24 to about 29, I'd throw 6 games a weekend.
A
For money.
weekend
For money.
for money.
You know, if they're paying you, you
Now-
can't want to pitch.
Now let's talk about that. Did you have to win to get the money, or did you just have to show up?
They'd bring you in. But the guy I like to pitch for, he had a sporting goods store called Spencer's Mountain. And he had a team. And then Larry Miller, the guy that owned the basketball team in Utah, what's his name?
Yeah.
He got his fortune there in deal. He had the Colorado Blues. And so he'd bring me in, and if I beat the Colorado Blues, he'd slip $100 bill in my deal. Back then, that was 2 weeks deal, and so that was fun getting in stuff like that. If you got beat, he might give you 20, but he'd pay all your expenses and fly and nail the kids up.
Oh,
So it was a good deal.
so the kids grew
But
up basically
yeah,
was.
but doing that, I honestly lost some zip because I threw so much.
You think that's what's happened to Nigeri, our pitcher out here?
You could. You throw a lot. One year when Darryl was hurt, I threw 88 games, and I never got back my zip.
Okay.
But
Well,
getting older, too.
she's been able to rest this year. Najee has
Yeah, I don't know.
because of Caitlin Terry
Yeah,
and Lincoln. We got 2 other really
that
good
left-hander
pitchers.
from UCLA. I got to know her dad real well. Phoenix people or Arizona people.
Yeah,
And man,
that's Terry.
she was something. She was a left-handed hitter.
Yeah,
In that summer ball, she
Yeah.
could hit and throw
Still
like
can.
everything.
you're talking about Caitlin Terry. Yeah, from UCLA.
Yeah, the left-hander.
Yeah, she's really. I just love her
can't
the
remember
way
her
she
name.
plays.
Yeah.
Isn't that something we call Caitlin Terry from UCLA instead of Caitlin Terry from Texas
No,
Tech?
well, that's where she came
The
from.
girl that beat Florida yesterday is from. And David said how I think you used the word perfect or wonderful or something that
What?
she did that against Florida. And I look at the sort of the other side of it. We basically bought her from Florida, and Florida.
Oh, Mia Williams that hit the home run.
We bought her from Florida, and now Florida's getting beat by her. And to me, if you just step back away from it, now we love it because it's Texas Tech.
Yeah.
But if you step back away from it, is it good for college sports?
I know.
That
See,
here
I'm-
she is, a Florida Gator, and she didn't come to Tech because of the climate or the, because wonderful people. We have wonderful people. We have a fine climate.
Well, they asked Terry about coming from Los Angeles to Lubbock. She goes, and here's her response. This is much more my style, Lubbock.
Yeah.
She goes, I love it out here.
And it may be for Mia too, but I'm just saying.
Well, Mia sure looked happy yesterday.
I agree, but if you just back off of it and say, is this good for college baseball, softball, football?
Well, people
basketball?
are hating on us. They're hating on us.
They think
Big
we
time.
started it. Yeah.
Yeah, they hate Texas Tech.
But at least we're doing it above board. All the rest of them.
Yeah,
Larry,
you
used to do it.
You ran across this with A&M. You mentioned A&M in Texas earlier, and I don't know how much Texas had to cheat, but I know LSU, A&M, Oklahoma State. Those are the ones that jump out to my mind thinking back in the old days. But
I'm thinking, here's a good
used
story
to hide it.
about this. Greg Lott, I've been talking to Greg Lott a lot lately, and he's a former Lubbock High quarterback, great athlete, and went to Texas. He goes, when I got down to UT, there were 14 quarterbacks. And I said, Greg, that's what Texas has always done. They don't. You're not going to play for them. Greg did. Greg had a great career at Texas, but he goes, they're not going to play against you. That's what they do, and they did it in baseball.
Yeah,
they'd recruit all these
Ron
guys.
Reeves, Baylor wanted him.
Yeah,
and the reason he didn't go there is because Grant Teff had a deal about getting the 6 best quarterbacks he could get.
Yeah,
and then just sort of
throw them away.
Yeah,
as you didn't need them anymore.
Cliff Gustafson was a good friend of mine, and I'm not running him down, but he used to call me, and he'd say, "All right, there's a kid out there named Segrist," and he said, "Is it possible he could beat us?" And and what he did, he just went around and people they thought he'd offer them a scholarship. He'd try to get them, and so Segrist didn't do that, but that's how he did it. He'd get along there and just want to make sure
if he
didn't want anybody. Yeah, he'd get them down there and you
not can he win for me? Can he beat me?
Can he help us?
Yeah. And see, like Henson, you remember him?
Yeah,
Bob pitched for him. He started off as their number 3 pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
And his first freshman start was against Baylor, and he got beat. And so Cliff said, he's gutless. So he's on that summer team with us, and he'd keep saying, "You got to talk him into going to your place." And I said, "I'm not doing that. How's he going to respect me if I'm out here trying to get him in?" I said, "Cliff, if you want him to come here, you tell him to come here." And about a week before school started, he told him. So Bob comes out, and so that gutless wonder, we go to Texas, and he beat us 2-1.
I bet you like that one.
Yeah, Bob really liked it.
I bet he did.
That's some of the most fun I ever had in my life, was those summer teams that you coached.
Well, I didn't coach them. I just had a bunch of players. I just tried to tell them the game time and stay out of their way. Yeah, don't get involved with them.
Let's see, had Kurt Killingsworth.
Old killer.
That's where I learned the sprinkler, the dancing sprinkler. Had Henson, Molina, golly, the guy that picked his nose, the catcher.
Don't say his name.
Hell, he's old now.
He's still picking it.
Is he still alive?
Shankle. Brooks Wallace, Ronnie Matson.
Those are good players.
Oh, big time players.
Yeah.
And I had a few of my little guys in there, and I think it really helped us. Did we win the national championship that year at Lubbock Christian?
84, you did. I think it was 84.
83.
Yeah, we won it in 83. But it had Steve Coleman and
that boy could hit. My gosh,
he was.
I want you to talk about Darren Hayes.
Yeah.
You mentioned Shannon a couple of times. You still like Darren, don't you?
Yeah,
he's one of your favorites.
Yeah,
I knew it.
I'm going to come back to Darren, but Grand Canyon is a church school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a Church of Christ?
I think it's a Baptist.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.